Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at Stmx and Coti. I know a lot of you are in these two projects, so we're going to take a look at them and take a look at the chart. But before we do that, I want to say that I'm not a financial advisor and you should do your own research before investing money into crypto. I also want to mention the Telegram chat that I have going on. People are constantly joining in, sharing great projects, sharing their tips. There are a lot of great guys in there with a lot of experience, and they're sharing their thoughts and their mistakes and basically teaching everyone. So I'm glad to have everyone in that chat, so make sure to go and join in. But jumping into Stmx now, this has appreciated so much in around about 2 weeks or something. Let's just see. So starting from this move all the way, actually, let's just do it like that. There we go. So it has appreciated 730%. And let me give you the time span of that. That would be 32 days, right? Yep. So in a month, it made almost 7.5x gains, which is insane. So as you can see, we got overextended on the EMAs twice. So the first time we were able to hold the 55 EMA as support, which is the red line over here, and the yellow one is the 20 EMA. These are two exponential moving averages that I always use, and I recommend using them. And as you can see, we held the 55 as support, and we started bouncing up, went back, flipped 20 to support, and then got overextended once again. And by overextended, I mean that the price is way above the EMA, and that drags the 20 EMA away from the 55 EMA. And when there is a huge gap in between the EMAs, that means that you're going to roll over sooner rather than later. And once you do, you're probably going to lose the 20 as support, and then you're going to lose the 55 as support. So we want organic growth. We don't want any parabolic moves like that. So essentially what happened the second time over here is we failed to hold the 55 as support, and we went back down. We had a little nice V-shaped recovery, but then we broke down eventually, and we'll just see what kind of a correction this was. So there we go. That is a 70% correction. Wow, that is a lot. So my friend bought in at the very peak over here at 9 and something cents. So you shouldn't buy peaks. He is inexperienced. He did that without asking me or making any proper research. So he bought in at the peak, and now he's all the way down here. So basically, this is where you want to be buying, because as you can see, the RSI is kind of at the bottom over here. And I do always recommend buying the EMA retests and the support level retests. So I did give you these two support lines, and we did actually come back down below the 0.038. So that would have been a great buy-in, but as you can see, we obviously went back down. But I want to say that Stmx hasn't even went below the 0.03 cents with this huge Bitcoin correction. So it is looking very strong at the moment in terms of that it's actually kind of bottomed out. And as you can see, we are getting overextended on the EMAs in the opposite direction. As you can see, we got overextended in this uptrend, and now we're getting overextended in this downtrend. So we're creating those huge gaps in between the EMAs, and that is an indicator of a trend reversal. So at the moment, and on the 4-hourly chart, we can see that we are tightening in this symmetrical triangle over here, and we can actually calculate the move that we can anticipate. So basically, from the top of the triangle to the bottom, if let's say we broke out of here, that would be a move to 0.049 cents, which would be great. Let's be honest, that would be great, but we can also break down. And if we did break down, that would give us a target of 0.02 cents. But I don't think that is a viable option, because we are in a bull market, and I don't think that we're going to go that low. If we were in a bear market, then yeah, sure, that could potentially play out. But if we did break down, I do expect us to come back to the 0.03 level, and then we are actually going to take out this high, because sometimes what happens with these triangles is you start breaking down out of them, and then you break out to your initial breakout target. So that's something that can happen. So keep an eye on that. But 0.03 cents is a good place to put some money into Stmx, because this is a great project. Not financial advice by any means, but looking at the MACD, you can see that we made the bullish cross on the MACD with the yellow moving average crossing the blue signal line. So it is looking like we're gonna have a bit more of an uptrend. So and the RSI is looking at pretty oversold, but oversold is, I mean, it is a great time to get in. I don't mean oversold. If we were oversold, we would be below this purple line over here. So we would be down here. Let me just show you. If we are below 30, then we are down here. That is oversold. If we are overbought, then we are above the 70 level, which is up here. So keep that in mind and do use the RSI, because it is a great tool. And yeah, let's jump into the daily chart to see how we're doing. And yep, we made the bearish cross on the daily, and I do have the Fibonacci retracements for you guys just so we can have some price predictions for the future. So as you can see on the daily, the 20 EMA crossed below the 55 EMA, which is bearish. We are in a downtrend, not gonna lie to you. Always want to be transparent with you guys. We are in a downtrend, so perhaps you don't want to buy in right now. You want to wait for that retest. Or what you want to wait for is if we start coming out of this triangle and we break out, you want that retest. You want to retest this support line that we have, and that is when traders usually buy back in, and that's when we get our uptrend and the trend reversal. So yeah, it's looking like we might be in a downtrend for a bit if we do break down out of this symmetrical triangle. But if we break out, we want the EMA to start straightening out and then crossing eventually the 55 EMA, that bullish cross. And the bullish crosses always give you price surges and helps, they just help the price go up essentially. So that's what they do. And yep, on the daily we're looking pretty oversold, and on the MACD, as you can see, we made that bullish cross over here, then we made the bearish cross soon after, and now we are in this downtrend on the MACD as well. And you know, at some point we are going to turn to the upside. So even if you bought in now, yeah, I did say that I would wait, but I'm just saying, even if you bought in now, then you're eventually going to get to this bullish cross, and that is confluence to the fact that we are going to have a move to the upside. Now, looking at the Fibonacci, and I know I'm rambling on, I do apologize, we still have another project to take a look at, but let's just give you some price predictions, guys. And this overextension on the Fib levels at the 2 level, and that is 19 cents. So 19 cents, I would say, would be towards the end of the bull market, because that is a stretch, you know. That is a stretch, because we need to be moving healthy. We need to start this uptrend and start retesting these support zones and coming back up, because we can't shoot up in a couple of days, you know, but that would be very unhealthy. We would roll over once again. So that's it for Stmx. Let's jump into Coti. Now, jumping into Coti, we are on the 4 hourly. We're looking to make that bullish cross on the MACD. As you can see, the moving average is trading out, and it's gonna eventually cross the signal lines, just what I showed you on the previous chart. And we are in this uptrend. As you can see, we have this channel up kind of pattern. And one thing that I do want to bring your attention to is this bearish cross that we're potentially forming, because we got overextended on the EMAs over here as well. We lost the 20 as support, we lost 55 as support, and now we're hugging the 200 EMA as support. So this is kind of our last hope. And if we do end up breaking down, guys, then I would suggest you wait for this move to the downside. And if we were actually correcting with Bitcoin, then I would give you these two targets, 0.32 cents and 30 cents. So those are two good buying levels. We did actually come back down even lower, and I'm going to give you that support level as well, and that would be 29.654 cents. So these are 3 levels to look at, but we can also bounce off this trend line, as you can see. So this trend line is perhaps where you can buy in as well, and that would be 35 cents on the price chart. And so this bearish cross is what I'm worried about on the 4-hourly, because we got overextended and the EMA is now vertical to the downside, which is something that happens before a trend reversal as well. So what could happen is we could have this EMA retest where the 20 EMA bounces off and just skyrockets to the upside, and that does happen quite often on the daily and on the 4-hourly charts, across all the charts. So you could look for that, but we could also get the bearish cross, and that would give us even more selling pressure, and that would suppress the price down. And if we were to lose this trend line as support, then yeah, we should come back to this retest zone, and that would actually give us a double bottom kind of situation. So that would be a trend reversal pattern as well. So that would be bullish even if we came down. But Coti is looking great. It has a partnership with Cardano, so for the long term, this is a great project. And we're not going to take a look at the daily for now because I've been rambling on for too long. But what we are actually going to do is we're going to bring up the fib, and I'm just going to show you price prediction towards the end of the year. I would say it is possible for these prices to work out. But let's see, on the extension level 2 on the fib, we can see that is 96 cents. So with all the Cardano hype that's going to be happening this summer, I do think this is possible because Coti is on Cardano's ecosystem. And that is great news for all Coti holders, and that is great news for Cardano holders. Basically, summer is going to be the summer of Cardano. That's what I keep saying. And on the 4-hourly, we're not looking overbought. We're straight bang in the middle, sitting on the 44 level on the RSI. Just so you know where we're at on the RSI, that is important to mention. So usually what people do is some people even trade only using the RSI. So they buy in when you're at the bottom over here, and they just sell when you're at the top, closing on that 70 level. That's what a lot of traders do. But our target, end of year target, basically is 96 cents. We'll see if we can get there. It'll be a long way up, but I do see us actually doing that. We're actually going to jump into the daily just to see if we have that bearish cross or not. So actually on the daily, we're just going to remove the fib right there. On the daily, we are looking pretty healthy, I would say. Actually, yeah, I'm surprised. Yep, we're looking very healthy. I didn't take a look at the daily chart before the video, so we're hugging the 20 EMA as support, so that's great. That is great, guys. Yeah, we're looking so healthy on the daily. So if we were to lose the daily 20 EMA as support, then perhaps look to buy in at the 55 retest, which would be 35 cents. And yeah, if that does happen, then look for that good buy-in. But we don't want to lose this channel. We want to stay up in this channel. We want to grow organically, let the EMAs catch up to each other, and stay together, basically. So that's what we want. As you can see, this project got overextended on the daily as well, and we lost the 20, lost the 55 EMAs as support. So yeah, let's all hope Stmx and Coti do well towards the end of the year, and I do think once the Bitcoin correction is over, a lot of alts are going to start pumping, and hopefully these two are going to as well. So thank you all for watching. I want to mention the Telegram chat once again, guys. Do want to remind you to join in, and it's a great place to be. Also, if you want to share some of your profits, guys, and support the channel, then you can support the channel by donating some money via PayPal or via my USDT TRC20 chain link, or not link, wallet ID, basically. So if you can, that would be great, but don't feel like you have to, as always. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the support, guys. I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.